So I wanted to talk to you about holding the shakuhachi for a minute. The kind of root, the impetus for this idea came from this really old shakuhachi that I bought and repaired. Right, it has a binding right in between the first and second holes there. See, this was coming loose, so I actually had to take it off and then, uh, glue it back on so that it would stay firmly. When I took it off, I thought maybe it had been like kind of there was a crack or something that had been repaired, but there was nothing under it. The bamboo was fine, clean, pristine, without any problems. So, aha, I thought. They're using this as a grip, right? And I noticed that holding the shakuhachi actually feels pretty good. There's a little bit of a texture here, so it doesn't slip through your fingers like lots of shakuhachis do. You just use your first and your middle finger and your thumb to make sort of a C shape. Right? Put your middle finger on top and put your thumb right directly behind it. And that, combined with holding it on your chin, just enough pressure so that it doesn't fall down, so it doesn't slip here, and so that it doesn't go like that, right? And that's all you need to hold it up. It makes it very easy. It's very ergonomic as well. Lots of people tend to hold it like this, right? Instead of your thumb and middle finger being directly opposite each other, your thumb ends up coming up here. I did that for a long time too, but I found that, number one, when your fingers are up, it's not as easy to hold. The pressure isn't coming directly opposite from itself. So it's a little bit harder to hold, it's easier to slip. It's also easier to kind of put too much pressure in there, and then that can make your hand hurt. So I found that this is a lot more ergonomic. So I've been doing the same thing. I took this. The maker's name is Nagakura-san. However many 150 years ago or whatever. This is a pretty old shakuhachi. I don't know exactly how old, but Nagakura-san made it. He had a good idea, so I took his idea, and I've been doing the same thing with my shakuhachi, putting kind of an antiqued tomaki, rattan binding, to help with holding it. And it feels good. It feels good to play it that way. So, I want to show you one more thing. This is not just my idea, and it's not just Nagakura-san's idea. There's a textbook. I do Hon-on Shakuhachi. This is actually a Kinko-style textbook, but there's a very good teacher. His name is Sugawara-san, and he's put out this kind of Shakuhachi entry-level textbook. And I noticed that in it, he's actually saying exactly the same thing. You can see in the picture here. It's got a picture of somebody holding with their thumb and middle finger opposite each other on the bottom hand. And his explanation above that says, "Shitaka motsute no nakayubi to oyayubi," that's the middle and finger and thumb finger, "de hasande gakki o sasaimasu." So you hold the weight of the shakuhachi with your middle finger and your thumb on the lower end of the shakuhachi. Nakayubi wa ikko to nikko no aida ni oki, sono maura ni oyayubi ga kuru you ni shimashou. So he's making a point that your thumb should come directly opposite your middle finger. So it's not just my idea. A very prominent and good teacher of shakuhachi also teaches the same thing. So I think it's safe to say, don't sue me if I'm wrong. If it doesn't feel good to you, don't do it. But if it does feel good to you, and if it feels like you can hold it with less pressure that way, give it a try. I think it's a good way to hold your shakuhachi.